Is Kyle Larson done with NASCAR? In an unexpected move, NASCAR sensation Kyle Larson has raised the possibility of leaving the sport. Exactly how true is it then? Why does everyone assume he's looking forward to something? Larson is already planning a thrilling debut in the 2024 IndyCar season with McLaren. But is there anything we don't know? Join us as we go deeper into today's video and discover what's up with the Hendrick Motorsports driver. But before that, please subscribe to our channel and hit that like button for more whereabouts on NASCAR. There's been so much of Larson and Ross Chastain air in NASCAR lately, but things have turned away after this Friday. So, what's going on? A day without racing is a day wasted for Kyle Larson. In between his day job as the driver of Hendrick Motorsports No. 5 Chevrolet Camaro, the 2021 NASCAR Cup Series champion frequently moonlights in dirt track races. However, he concedes that driving an IndyCar around the Indianapolis Motor Speedway will necessitate a completely different level of training. Larson, who is set to race a fourth Aero McLaren vehicle co-entered by Hendrick in the 2024 Indianapolis 500, exclaims, "Everything he races is much simpler than an IndyCar." He reflects on his past experiences, stating, "The only kind of thing he feels like that he has to judge off of, that was new to him. Not overwhelming, but just stressful, was when he did the Rolex 24 at Daytona for the few years that they did. Obviously different cars, but a lot more totally different kind of foreign-style racing to him. He feels like IndyCar would be a little bit that way, with just race procedure stuff. The cockpits are way more in-depth than what he's used to in anything that he races. He's worried about turning on brake fans in a stock car. It's actually not a huge thing if he doesn't. He has a wing valve on his sprint car, nothing for late models. Nothing for midgets, and in IndyCar he has no idea. He has boost, weight jackers, bars, and all kinds of stuff that he wants to be prepared for, so that when they tell him to do this or that, he can do it quickly and not hesitate to give up anything vital for the conclusion of the race. As for the driving part, he believes, hopefully, that it will all come naturally. He's not entirely sure. He doesn't have enough experience to say what it could be related to, or if it's completely distinct from anything he's ever been in. He believes their NASCAR racing has become closer to the IndyCar kind of strategy, with fuel savings and such. On that front, he believes he now has more experience than he did 3 years ago. There will be a lot to learn over the next year, and he's looking forward to the challenge. He enjoys racing new automobiles to push himself and learn new things. He believes it will ultimately make him a better racing car driver. Whatever the outcome of this entire experience, he believes he will become a better racing car driver as a result of it. So he's excited about everything. Larson's first month of May is a year away, and preparations are still in their early stages. He's undergone an initial seat fitting, but for the time being, fundamental familiarization is the priority. There's no specific date for the first test, but he says that is when things will get serious. Larson further said, "The team gave me a large packet of materials to examine, including notes and dash displays, and emailed me some onboard footage. I watched everything. Kind of got a sense that it was just nice to see the onboard, see shifting, adjusting, all the cockpit adjustable things that they have, seeing how the race flowed, how they position themselves behind people in traffic, stuff like that. All of the restart procedures, pit stops, and pulling into your pit sign. However, I'm not sure when I'll be testing. I don't want to pick other drivers' brains too soon, and then have to go back to them in a few months and ask the same things again. I'd like to take a moment to pick their brains. I'd like to speak with folks who are experienced with stock cars and Indy cars, such as Jimmy Johnson and Kurt Busch, as well as guys who have done this recently. Again, I don't want to do it too soon and irritate them when I ask them again later." Aero McLaren Racing Director Gavin Ward said that plans to give Larson as much seat time as possible before next May are still being worked out, but the team has other tools at its disposal to help him get his bearings in the meantime, including simulator time and guidance from 2013 Indy winner Tony Kanaan, who is driving the team's fourth car at Indy this year. Ward said, "The simulator is more for some of the basics, like getting used to the steering wheel, the controls in the cockpit, and things like that. Just wanted to give you a heads up on some seat fit work. Realistically, you have to run these things, and you have to run them in traffic. That's what everyone out here is doing. That's the most crucial aspect. But I believe the program we're running with Tony Kanaan this year, as well as his involvement with the club, positions us well to assist. Tony and Kyle had previously raced together. That's a great friendship. I think he's a terrific resource here to assist Kyle learn the ropes." Meanwhile, Larson, who spoke to the media at IMS on Thursday, said he's keeping an eye out for any opportunities to learn something that will help him next year. He expressed, "I feel like he prepares well for every event, but that's only in the lead-up. Normally, he has a couple of days to prepare. With this much time, and knowing that he'll be racing next year, he's definitely going to pay more attention to all of these practice days than he would have in the past." just to be more prepared for how the couple of weeks of on-track time goes for next year, so he's not surprised by anything. Even though he's only been here for a short while, it's been good to see how things are set up here. The hospitality, the dining area for the teams, the engineering room, and other things of that sort. He had no idea any of this stuff existed before he arrived here today. This is the only day he'll be able to attend this year. Even simply getting his eyes on everything will be beneficial for next year. Then he just started paying more attention to everything than he used to. We might easily ignore stuff since he was a fan in previous years. We're simply looking at the level of racing and things like that, but now he'll be paying more attention to the race and what they do in practice. It's also fantastic to be able to listen to conversations nowadays. He believes there will be a lot of things that come up over the next year that will help prepare him. What do you think next year is going to be for Larson? Tell us in the comments below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the bell button for more updates. Now let's move on to this Sunday's race that Kyle Larson is looking forward to. After a massive clash with Ross Chastain at the Darlington Raceway, it's definitely clear that Kyle Larson has to be careful. Kyle Larson and Ross Chastain have become a big story in the last few weeks. The Trackhouse Racing driver has caused 3 crashes in the last 4 races that have ruined the day for the number 5 team. At Darlington Raceway on Sunday, the same thing happened again. Everyone talked about the crash between Kyle Larson and Ryan Preece after Talladega. The damage to the HMS car and the scary video from the Stewart-Haas racing car was, of course, the main point of interest. All of it happened because Chastain moved to the front of the pack on a late restart, which started the crash. After a week, they were in Dover. In the first stage, the watermelon farmer hit Brendan Poole from behind, sending him up the track and into the wall, where the number 5 car was waiting. 2 weeks, 2 situations. Larson and Chastain ran away from the number 1 at Kansas, but they ran into each other again at Darlington on Sunday. During a late restart, the Trackhouse car tried to squeeze the HMS car, but it misjudged and went into the outside fence instead, bringing the 2021 champion with it. Larson didn't let reporters know how upset he was about what happened on Sunday because he didn't want to talk about it, according to the Couch Racer Twitter account, which is run by several spotters who also work on the Door Bumper Clear podcast. The HMS driver didn't try to hide his anger a few weeks earlier at Dover when he reportedly gave a hand gesture to the number 1 team after that Stage 1 accident. But it seems Larson is not letting go of his win this Sunday. Kyle Larson had the fastest average lap speed, 109.143 miles per hour, during Friday's 50-minute practice session at the .625-mile track in preparation for Sunday night's All-Star race. Even though the track is old, one of the sport's new stars was the fastest in the first NASCAR Cup practice at North Wilkesboro Speedway in more than 25 years. The All-Star race will be broadcast live on May 21st, 2023 at 8 o'clock Eastern Time this Sunday, so be ready to witness a memorable day. So that's all we've got for today. We hope you enjoyed it. Tell us what you think of the video in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We hope to see you in the upcoming video.